Yep, we are now ready. So from this week, we're going to work on assignment 2. And assignment 2 is a group work. And if you have gone through the assignment brief, we will model a virtual community complex, and which requires you to work as a group. And in this week, the main task for us is to form a group. And we recommend you to have a group of 4, and that is our recommendation. You can only find group mate within our tutorial class. You can start to think about now, and we also 2 or 3 are also allowed but not recommended, because this is a huge project and it's kind of complicated. So we recommend you to form a group of 4. In week 7, we are going to create teams. You will form the group, and I will give you permission to BIM 360. And we will go through how to do the cloud work sharing and project timeline, etc. And for week 8, after you have formed the group, and I will divide the group, update the group in BIM 360, and we will do the like upload the project and see whether we can synchronize different group mates work at the same time. In week 9, we will do the clash detection, and that is also happened in BIM 360. And week 10, we will do the design coordination. That is, we will do creating and sharing packages, and creating package to share Revit model with our other teams. So basically, let's open the assignment brief. We have a site model, and you can find this Revit model in Moodle. We already created the site model for you, and it is currently for 9 teams. So in totally in our class, we have 23 students. Remember, we have 23 students. We recommend the group of 4. So maximum, I think we will have 8 or 9 groups. And for example, you register in my place, saying you're team 1, and you will use this site, and team 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc. Yeah. Each group will just design on the specific site assigned to the to your team. Yeah, I should make it clear at the very beginning. And the site is 90 meters by 90 meters. It's a basically a rectangle. You can design, for example, you have a group of 4, and you will design community center, residential, commercial, and terminal station. If you have group of 3, that would be community center, commercial, and terminal. And for a group of 2, that is either the community center plus residential or community center plus terminal. So community center is an essential functional building, and then the rest of them is you have the flexibility to choose the other building type. Remember that you can only form your group within our tutorial class. Yeah. About the final submission, you can go through the assignment brief in detail, and I'm pretty sure that the lecture has introduced details about the requirements and also the background of assignment 2 in the lecture. So if you have any question, you can come to us. I won't go into detail here. For today's tutorial, we will start with a 40 minutes introduction about how BIM 360 works, the basics, and how we do the documentation management in BIM 360. I will use an example to, I'll just use our site, the site you can download from Moodle, as an example to demonstrate how we do the synchronization and how we do the update in BIM 360. Then we will have a 10 minutes break. After this 10 minutes break, you can think about who to select as your teammate from the very beginning of our class. And from 12 p.m., you can form the team and make the decision after you make the decision, you should generate the first meeting minutes and send it to me. About the template of the meeting minutes, you can find it on Moodle. I have also uploaded into our folder here in Teams. Let me show you. Yeah, this is our, sorry, that would be Teams files. Yeah, under week 7, you can see this is the overall list of our students, and you can go through and see whether you have someone familiar in this list, and you can contact him or her just in Teams in this class to form a group. Also, after you form a group, please also register here. For example, Marcus, he wants to be group 1. And then everyone within his group should register as group 1. And then the second group who is registering will say, oh, we already have group 1, so I should be group 2. Yeah, that is the order of the registration. Yeah, I'll just delete everything I added here. Am I clear about how to register the group? Yeah, hopefully by the end of this class, you should have, everyone should have a group. And if you can't have a group of 4, because we have 23 students, it's impossible that we have all groups having 4 members. So it's okay that you have a group of 2 or 3. Yeah, I want to make it clear. Register here. After the registration, you guys should have a meeting in Teams or whatever platform. This is the meeting minutes example, the template. You can download from Moodle. And you should, for example, your team member, the date and time, the attendees, your group mates, and what is the content of your meeting. For example, you have assigned who is doing the terminal, who is going to do the community center, etc. And what is the basic, like the site plan. For example, we will put the community center in the center, or put whatever, just a basic draft site plan would be fine. Then you can, this is the basic idea about how to do the design after you have assigned specific building types to a specific team member. Yeah, this is overall meeting minutes. And after the class, every group should send this meeting minutes to me for review. Yeah, this is the requirement from today from you. And let's start with the 40 minutes demonstration about the basics and documentation management in Teams. And while I'm doing the demonstration, you can think about who you should select as your group mate. Yeah, and before doing that, I want to make sure that everyone has received a link to join our BIM 360 group. I'm pretty sure you have all received, but some of you haven't approved. So please approve so that we can give you access and you can join our large group. Yeah, please approve in your email. I think you should have received an invitation link. Yeah, basically, as the lecture has explained, BIM 360 is mainly for collaboration, and we have a central model. And for example, we have 14 members. The 14 members can work on the same model at the same time. And each time, for example, I make some changes, I will synchronize and update the central model. So we don't need to send the file to our group mates and then send it back. So it's very convenient for collaboration. And also we can do clash detection. For example, I made some change and it might have some conflict with the other one's change. This kind of clash can be detected by BIM 360 very easily. In order to do that, as a student, you should activate your account linked in the UNSW email. For example, your name at student.unsw.edu.au. Basically, this is the email address of where you have received our invitation. Yeah, please check this email address. we won't accept other like your personal emails or your other accounts. Yeah, you can only use this UNSW account to access the platform. If you have issue with the Autodesk license, please use the same Autodesk account for both Revit and BIM 360. You remember at the very beginning when we were doing the Revit, downloading the Revit from Autodesk community, it asked us to register an account. If that is the UNSW account, please use the same account for BIM 360 as well. And there is also something you should download and install before you can access the platform. This is the link to download an Autodesk desktop connector. So this is like the bridge to connect your local file to the cloud. So it is very important, and you have to have it installed in your computer in order to do the uploading or update your model. Yeah. Yeah, we have introduced this part. Please form the team today, at least by the end of this class, and you are free to choose the building types. But the community center is mandatory for every group. We will introduce just in the PPT slides, and then after this, I will use an example to upload to the platform. Don't worry. Reviewing document management interface. You should log into BIM 360, and you have a consumed folder and a shared folder. For the time being, we are just working on the consumed folder. That is the specific folder dedicated to store or update everything within your small group of 4 or 3 or 2. Yeah. And creating published sets in Revit files for viewing document management interface. Let me check whether it's easier that we demonstrate in Revit. Yeah. That's all right. Let's open Revit and let me show you the platform. Do we have any question regarding the assignment brief and also how to form the teams? Let me check. Will it still work if we're using a virtual desktop? I'm not sure. But I think as long as you have logged in with your own account, it should be working. Because, for example, now I have my Revit, and you see here we have an Autodesk account. It is showing my name, and the account detail is, let me check. Yeah, this is my UNSW email address. And as long as you are using this account for all your projects, I think that should be fine. It doesn't matter if you're using the virtual lab, but I cannot guarantee because I don't have the experience working on virtual lab using Revit, especially on the collaboration parts. Yeah, you should double check if it's not visible. You might need to download Revit to your PC. Do we install BIM 360 or it's not a software you need to install, it's just an online platform. Let me show you. Let me show you what we have set up already. This is our class 10139, code 2170, and you have my name here. You can see this course name, and this is the tutorial you should join. And currently we are selecting this course, and you can see here, because I'm the project admin and I can see more like icons than you. Maybe from your side, you can only see the document management, model coordination, and design collaboration. Yeah, we have different access. If I come to the project admin, you can see we have 23 members. We have 23 members, and you now you all have the same access to the platform, but later we need each team to have a manager. That means this manager would be the team leader who will upload and manage all the files in a specific team. So it's not necessary for this class, but next class, remember that next class you have to have a team leader, and we will give you details about how to set it up later. Let me see. For example, we have some pending students. This means you haven't approved the invitation, and you need to do it as soon as possible, because otherwise we couldn't assign any tasks to you. And if you're active, that means you have full access to the platform and you are ready to collaborate with your teammates. We have a lot of pending students, and if you check your email, UNSW email, please do it as quickly as possible. Yeah, this is all. These are all our students in the class, and if we come to this service, design collaboration. We can see now we have, I have created like enough teams. We only have, for example, 23 students. And if we form most of the groups in a group of 4, that means we will only need around 6 or 7 groups. But now, in case we have more than one group of 2 or 3, I have created 9 teams in total. And later, after you give me your registration details, I will, for example, now we only have 2 members, for example, under team 8, me and the lecturer, and I will add each of you into your specific team. Yeah, and from next week, you will be able to work on the collaboration. We have also a teaching team. This is for test and teaching purpose, so no one should be registered under team 0. Yeah, and you have different colors, and you can also pick one color you like. Yeah, it's not important. Let's go back to the document management. Oh, I forget to introduce how to log in to BIM 360, BIM 360, and this website. It's easy. It's not a complicated website. You just type in BIM 360. Have an Autodesk account. Sign in. Use your. This is my UNSW address. Yeah. After you sign in, you can access our course and also the documents. For the time being, you can see here we have under the document management, we have the 10 teams. Right, project files. If I open each of your folder, there is a consumed folder under your team. If we double click, and we can see currently the team is the folder is empty. Let's upload a Revit model into our team. We can do it. We can just do this site. This is the site I downloaded from Moodle this morning. And you can do, if you have access to the platform already, you can do exactly the same thing as what I'm doing. And if you have question, you can just interrupt and let me know. This is the site I downloaded. I didn't do any further editing, so we can directly go to collaborate. And first, let me see. Oh, before doing that, you should make sure you have installed the connector. Remember at the very beginning, we introduced you have to install the connector. This is the link, and yeah, the Autodesk desktop connector. Yeah, this is the precondition of accessing the platform. Yeah, you want to download it now, install, and do exactly what I'm doing, or you want me to do it and later you will repeat? You want me to pause a little bit so you can have everything ready, or you want me to proceed and you can watch the recordings afterwards? The installation would be very quick. What is your opinion? You can hear me, right? Proceed. All right, no problem. Let's open the file from the very beginning. So this is the site I just downloaded. Maybe I'll work on a different one. This is a brand new one, Team 2. Yeah, this is the file we prepared for you. And let's open the project browser to see the site plan. Yeah, so each team will choose one site. The site will be 90 meters by 90 meters. We won't do anything. We are just directly uploading this to the platform. What we should do is to first collaborate and set up to activate the collaborate. It will ask you whether to collaborate within your network or in the BIM 360 document management. We will choose the second option and click OK. Yeah, we will choose. This is because I have installed the connector, so I have the option under University of New South Wales. And because I have access to two projects, you only have access to this tutorial course. So we'll choose this tutorial course, project files. And for example, once you know, for example, you're team 3, you just choose team 3. Because for the time being, I don't have any group. I'll choose just teaching test. Consumed. Yep, initiate. It will start work sharing and creating everything related to the collaboration in the platform. Yeah, because this model is not large and it should be very quick. Yeah, it's now finalized. You have successfully initiated collaboration for the model and close. There is a publish setting. Every time you publish, you can decide what kind of content you want to share in the platform. So for example, we want to share our group mates, the 3D view, and also the site plan. These are the most important thing, and we will save it as set 1 and save and close. Yeah, let's check whether it has been uploaded to the platform. Yeah, it's now under Team 0 teaching test. You can see it's pending now, it's updating. The size is 10 megabytes. It's not very large. And let's wait a few more minutes. I think it's just, it'll be very quick. This is version 2. You can see the version history, and the very initial one would be version 1. But usually when we upload it to the platform, it's automatically version 2. So don't worry if you see version 2, it's normal. It's just the current one is called. I hardly see version 1. Yeah, everything uploaded is version 2 from the very beginning. And we can open this file here. Your group mate doesn't need to download the file to view. You can just view in the platform. For example, we can orbit and we can move. Yeah, exactly the same thing in what we do in Revit in the software. Yeah. Now let's try to update a little bit and see whether the update can be synchronized in the platform. So this update can be done by everyone in the group. So for example, you uploaded this model and your group mate did some change. He synchronized, and you can see this change in the central model. So that's how we collaborate. For example, I am the one who is going to change the model. And let's open Revit again. The site plan. Let's just draw a simple box for architecture. Have a look in 3D. Oh, it's very short. Maybe 10 meters. Yeah, for example, this is the change I made to the central model. And what I need to do to update is to first go to collaborate and then make sure I have the published settings right. Yeah, these are the things I want. Close and save. Synchronize with central first. Synchronize now. This is the first step to synchronize, and we have a second step. Yeah, this is the first step. It's done, and the second step is to come to manage cloud models. Remember, we have a second step. It's not just as easy as you click synchronize, it will synchronize. Choose the project. It takes some time. Yeah, you can see now this model is displayed here. You select the model, and you can see there is an option called Publish Latest. And this is a very important second step. You should publish the latest revision. Click this. You are about to publish by default. Yeah, that's all right. Publish. You may close the window during publishing. The status will change to published when complete. It takes some time. I remember there will be a small icon here showing the process. Yeah, it's still working on that. Let's wait for a few minutes. If you check now, I think it shouldn't be updated. Yeah, you can see it becomes version 3. So each time after it's published, another time it will become a newer version. Now it's version 3. You can see the version history. All the versions were uploaded by myself. So later you can see, for example, version 2 was uploaded by one of your group mates, and version 3 is maybe updated by another. Close, and let's see whether it's finished. Yeah, now it says it's finished, and let's close the window in Revit and have a look in the platform. This should be the version 3 with the update. Yeah, you can see the walls are now updated in the central model. So whoever made the change, as long as he or she synchronized the first step and published the second step, so everyone in the group can see the change and then work on the new model. So this is how we collaborate. A very simple example, but I think it is clear. Is it clear? So for example, if we go back to the project admin, yeah, you can see, for example, you are group 8, and now we only have 2 members because you haven't registered. And after you have registered, I got the list, the name list. I will end all your group members under the same team. And when you initiate your model, you choose team 8. So everyone in team 8 can access the model, revise the model, and then synchronize and update. So it is very easy. And later, even you have some clash, we can go to model coordination to easily see, identify the clashes, the conflicts of the model. For example, your beam and his wall, they conflict, and you have to readjust. So because now we don't have any other models by different persons, so we can't see the clash detection. We will introduce it afterwards in week, I think in week 9. Yeah. Design collaboration. Let's have a look at here. Yeah, currently, because we have no uploaded model, so we couldn't see anything here. Later, we can check in the document management. So today, what we need to do is to you form the group. You give me the name list. I added you into each specific team, and then you try to upload the model to the platform, and then try to make some change. See whether the synchronization will be updated. That's basically the task for today. Yep, let's go back to the PowerPoint. Yeah, collaborate, you can see the version change, and synchronize with Central would be the first step, and manage to upload the latest would be the second step. Yeah, after the tutorial, you have some linking and learning, and they're not mandatory, but it's more comprehensive. The most important thing I want to show you today is actually some examples of previous year's student work. You can see these are our 9 sites, right? The 9 sites. Basically, one group is responsible for designing within one site. So this is, yeah, last year we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 groups in total, and each group, finally, all the group works have been combined. So this is a very large community, an urban community. But for this specific group, they are responsible for this site. This is the cover page. And this is the design concept. Basically, let's zoom in a little bit. You can see they chose terminal, the first one, residential, community center, and commercial. They have 4 members, and each member is responsible for one type of the building. And they found some references. For example, let me zoom in. For example, the residential building was inspired by this specific one located in Bankstown. And yeah, it's just I think a replication of the reference building with some small changes to adjust. For example, you want to adjust the facade, the material, or that kind of thing. It's not designed from the scratch. Yes, you can find some reference building and try to do what we did in assignment 1, but it's more complicated this time. And you have the design collaboration involved in the teamwork. So basically, this group designed the 4 types of the building, and this is the site plan. And the 4 types of building were required to be linked by either the base floor or a bridge or the terminal or whatever kind of thing. If you check the requirements, be a bridging floor, like the basement, the ground floor, or a sky bridge. Yeah, the different buildings should be linked. And this is the plan of the bridging floor. They are using a car park to connect different buildings. And this is the elevation, another elevation, and also the section. Yeah, the cover page has some rendering. Yeah, so it's a very detailed model. Each student, for example, this is the terminal. And if you remember, we introduced you about how to do the curtain wall. It's using the curtain wall for both, for all the facade, I think. The overall group should design the landscape and the bridging floor, and then each student is responsible for one type of the building. That is basically an example and the basics of the platform. Do we have any questions? We don't have any question. Yeah, there are also some student work in the lecture slides. If you double check, if you have attended the lecture this morning, he has introduced more student works, and you should have a better understanding about what is required in assignment 2. So, but on the one hand, you should design the building, you should find the reference building, model the reference building, and on the other hand, you should pay attention to the collaboration on design and also on the platform. Yeah, that's pretty much for today, the new content. And then in the following 1 hour, I would expect that you form the team. That's the first thing. And after you have the team, you organize like a Zoom meeting or a Teams meeting and to decide assigning roles first, who is responsible for which type of the building, and the conceptual design. What is your, you have to have a consistent like a concept among the 4 buildings. Yeah, what is your concept? And also initiating a collaborative environment in BIM 360. Yeah, after you finish the meeting, send me the meeting minutes. Yeah. And then I'll just be in the team session. And if you have any question, you can ask me. What is the extent of detail required in the bigger building? In the bigger building, what we saw from last year is quite complicated, right? The building is very detailed. Let me double check. Individual modeling. It is not specified in the assignment brief. As far as I remember from the lecture, he was saying we should have all the floors, the walls, the facades, roof, and basic building components, windows and doors. These are mandatory, and also essential furnitures. That's my memory. Let me double check and update you afterwards. All joints should comply with Australian standards for joints and fully furnished floors with minimal furnitures. Yeah, this is it is stated in the assignment brief, fully furnished floors. Okay, good. He said he will discuss it more details next week. Sure. Yeah. We will look forward to what he's going to see. Yeah, if you have already obtained the access to BIM 360 platform, you can explore by yourself a little bit and see whether you can you have control of different modules, and at the same time form your team and let me know your team list. I'll just stop recording, okay? Because there's that's all about the new content for today.